Hello there, gaming fans, as well as my amazing YouTube subscribers, and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. This is the coming back video that you guys should be watching on Monday. And then I will be starting streaming on Monday then on as well. So I'm going to talk about a lot of things. As you guys know, this is the kind of game I play for this in particular, to talk about like where I've been, if something changed in my life, and so I am going to tell you guys everything about Brazil, about where I went right after that, which is why I couldn't get back in here and continue to stream like I had planned on doing, because I ended up getting sick, and then a bunch of stuff. I'll get into that here in just a minute. Game kept crashing, and I'm not sure which mod it was doing it, but I took them all out and still having, like, I wasn't having the same issue, but like I got down to the last one, and it was, I don't know, it seems like if I put any mods at all, it crashes. So I'm hoping that that's not going to be a thing this time, but we'll just have to kind of play around and see. I think I'm going to need to get some fuel before I've got plenty. I've got 600 miles till empty. That should be plenty. I am playing with my Tobii Eye Tracker today, if you guys could not tell. So finally got that working again. Oh my gosh, it was brutal. I missed it so much. The developer just decided that he wasn't gonna, which, is okay. He's not getting paid for it. Oh boy, I should learn I forgot how to drive. Which is fine. He wasn't getting paid for it, so it is what it is. But it would have been nice if he didn't just abandon it. But luckily somebody else, like another little small company, I'm hoping I'm clearing that back there, another little small company took over. Yeah, I did. Took over it, and managed to do all the things and get everything back the way we'd want it to be. I gotta figure out, there it is. That's the button I was looking for. I am using the, I don't know if this is still in beta. I guess it's not, because I took out beta on here to see if that was part of the issue. It wasn't. It was not. And so I'm using the voice guidance, which I think is a really interesting addition to the game, because that's like a normal thing for a Jeepus. But let's go ahead and talk about Brazil. Brazil was amazing. I did not get an opportunity to even do any vlogs the entire time I was there. I had planned on it, and I ended up being so busy, it was unbelievable. But I was so nervous. It was my first time literally out of the country. And so I was really terrified, and so many bad things happened. Like on the flight there, I left, I was good. I show up at the airport 2 hours early, ready to go, getting on my flight, good to go, right? Well, then all of a sudden, I get on the my flight from Little Rock to Dallas, Fort Worth, and because there's no direct flights out of Little Rock. I mean, come on, it's a tiny little place. And so I get on my plane, and getting off the plane from Little Rock into Dallas, I was pulling my bag out of the back of my seat and ripped my shorts. Go figure, and these are the shorts I'm going to be wearing for the next 18 hours, because that's how long my whole flight session is going to be before I actually land in Campo Grande. So that happened, right? So I'm walking around the Dallas airport, and just a big hole in my shorts flapping in the wind. And I always feel like everybody's staring at me anyway, right? Like, oh, I see your shorts. I see them. And so like the whole time I was just so embarrassed, trying to cover it up with one arm. But then I looked like I had trouble because my arm's like leaning to the side. So that was no fun. And then I get onto the airplane going from Dallas to Sao Paulo, Brazil. And I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was just me being exhausted or what, but I managed to lose my passport. I had it in my hand because I had to show him at the gate, And I guess when I put my bag down or something, it fell out. Oh my gosh. So here I am sitting on this airplane with a bunch of people who didn't understand or speak very much English at all. And I just kept saying, passport, passport, passport. Because I don't know Portuguese either. So that was fun. And so I was looking, everybody else was kind of looking. I don't know if they knew what they were looking for. I assume they do, or they did rather. But yeah, so that was the first nightmare. I guess second, because I already ripped my shorts, right? So then, to make matters worse, I land in Sao Paulo. Finally, the next day, I couldn't sleep that night. I decided to put my bag, which I should not have. I put my bag underneath as my carry-on, and I should have actually stowed it away, but I did not. And so I did not sleep but 2 hours the night before I was actually supposed to land in Sao Paulo. And so I ended up being awake and looking out the window, looking out the window, trying to watch TV, but I had so much stuff. I kept, stuff kept falling off, my lap onto the ground. I had to search around. The guy next to me was kind of a bigger guy as well. Because I have wide shoulders, and he did as well, and it was just brutal, to say the least. I need to pick up the speed here a little bit. I'm in there barely trucking along. So here I am on my way, doing my thing, and landed in Sao Paulo. Luckily, they had numbers because, again, I don't speak Portuguese, so all of the directions and stuff, I had no idea. So I kept having to go from one person to the next, hey, I got to make sure I'm in the right place. And it was a big mess with my luggage because it landed in Sao Paulo, but then I was supposed to pick it up and then recheck it in Sao Paulo back to a different airline, because I went from American Airlines to LATAM Airlines. So that was a big mess. And finally got over there, got on my last flight, landed in Campo Grande, and the weather was absolutely perfect. Met some of my coworkers there and had an absolute blast for the next couple of weeks. For the rest of my time there, we went out and tried so much food. It was so delicious, and I could not. The food was amazing. The people were just as incredible. They had people coming up talking to me about, trying their best to speak a little English. Not many of them could, and they were so bashful because they didn't want to mess it up, and then I think bad about them or whatever. Obviously that's not me, right? But yeah, so I had so many awesome people that kept trying. I had a translator there that I met up with later that day, and spent the rest of the time just really enjoying myself, constantly working. Went straight from the airport to the office. Well, actually I went to the hotel to get changed and, cleaned up, and then went to the office. And then it was nonstop work from then on out. They did have a solar eclipse while I was there, which was awesome. My hotel room has a 2-story with windows. I could see the sunrise. It's a million people in this city, but my hotel, I could see the sunrise in one window, the front window, and then in the back window I could watch the sunset. It was absolutely beautiful. It's very orangish, and I'm colorblind, but I could definitely tell how beautiful this whole thing was. I just realized might help you guys had some actual audio, so that's fantastic. So you guys are just listening to me the entire time with nothing going on with the audio. I apologize about that. It's just getting back into it. Yeah, so that's nice. Where was I? Anyway, just enjoyed the entire time just being there with the people, and the food was absolutely wonderful. I left meeting a lot of really great friends and colleagues. I even had people bringing me stuff from right. I had the guy owns a store, an online store, and I'll give you guys all the details of that at some point, but he actually made me a little figurine. I'll show you guys maybe in the next video or something, maybe in the live stream, but made this clay character of me. It looks literally just like me almost, but it's as an anime character. So, you know, I have like the bigger eyes. I'm wearing a Brazil shirt, and I have a Garadna, if I'm saying that right. I'm hoping I am.
Go straight on.
It's a drink that is made from fruit from the Amazon forest, which obviously is in Brazil. And so, like, I'm holding one of those. That was my favorite drink while I was there. I got home, like, on the airplane back, I ordered, like, a whole bunch of it from Amazon, which was interesting as well. But it was just, and I just really enjoyed the whole trip. Unfortunately, on the way back, I had a lot easier of a time. However, right when I got back, I, you know, ate American food, right? So you go from Brazil, where all the food was ridiculously fresh, like real fresh. You know, they only had like times during the day that they would actually be open, right? So you'd have like lunch was only open from like 11 to 2, and then everything closed down after that. You couldn't go out and find any breakfast like or lunch restaurants or anything like that. And so I had American food at the Dallas airport when we landed the following day, and it literally made me sick to my stomach. And it's unfortunate, but it didn't stop there, right? I ended up not doing well at all with it. And I don't ever get sick. Getting sick is not something that happens to me very often. I mean, it's been years since my last, like, fever. About 3 years since my last fever. Wow, that guy is really close to the... I guess there is a little parking lane there. 3 years since my last, like, real fever, and it only lasted, like, half a night. I started getting chilly, you know, covered up with a bunch of blankets. I did have a temperature of, like, 102 or something like that. Next morning, it was gone. Before that, it was, like, 5 years. So it's... being sick is not something that happens to me very often. I gotta remember which my lights. Oop, that's not it. I gotta remember which buttons my lights are. It's been so long. That's not it. That's my brights. I'm gonna get a ticket. There they are. I found them. Because I'm using my control panel as well, so I had to find them. Oh, I got an exciting thing to tell you about that too. Anyway, so got sick, did not work very well, and before I could even get like even a little bit better, I felt like I started getting better, which was great, but I could have been better, but I got pulled to another trip. So I ended up flying from here to Las Vegas, spending a couple of days in Vegas, then in California, and then in Salt Lake City at our other center. So again, got to spend a lot of time with some friends, met up with some family, stayed with them for a couple of days while I was going into work. Absolute blast, but the sickness came back. And I got back here about, I think, like the week before last, and you know, about 2 days I'd planned on getting back into streaming and recording videos, and I'd been back for maybe a day or two before it hit me hard. Being almost bedridden and going to the doctor, trying to figure out what was going on. I'm on the mends now. Like, I feel a lot better, but it was not fun. I ended up having to miss a lot of work, not getting things done like I needed to get done, and so on. But ultimately, my health is what's most important. Look at that. I love that they added these in here, man. It just adds so much more realism. I'm not sure what they're doing. That guy's just holding a shovel. But anyway, so I am back. I do plan on getting back into streaming a lot more, getting back into recording, doing more stuff like that, now that I am on the mends, doing better. So yeah, so that was like a full month of my life, because 2 weeks there in Brazil, and then being back here for a week before I got sent again to California was out there for 2 weeks, and then getting sick. So doing a lot better now, and I'm wanting to get back into doing it daily instead of all this skipping around. I need to get back on a schedule. That's what I was doing before. But as most of you guys know, I did take a new, I got a new, not a new job. I got promoted to where now I lead a global team at work. And so it uses a lot more of my time than what I had prior. And that's where I started getting into trouble with time and being able to stream and record videos and stuff, because my day just became a lot harder. You know, I'd spend, you know, instead of doing trainings and stuff like that, I became the training manager of my global team, you know, with 40 something people under me. And it started getting really difficult to keep up. My head was hurting when I got off of work because I was worn out. You know, people constantly reaching out to me, constant problems that I had to solve, you know, as management task, right? This is such a beautiful drive, man. And this is actually a road I have not been on, so this is all new to me. Just wanted to throw that out there. But, you know, I know I've said this a couple times, but I am going to, I got a lot of, like, the break was actually good for me because it helped me get a lot of the tasks that I had building up at work taken care of. And I still have a lot more to do, but it should make it a little easier to do this moving forward. So I am excited. I'm ready to get back into it. I also ordered, the thing I was going to tell you, I also ordered the control panel from, I think it's Eval, I can't remember the name of it. But it's the actual control panel. I think Jeff Favignano has one as well. Actually, I know he does. But it's the one with the actual key. It's got the CB radio and like all the buttons and stuff like that. I ordered that. Not that my control panel isn't doing the work. What I was really wanting is the CB radio, because in my DOJ streams and videos, I'm going to start using the CB radio as the microphone for whenever I talk to dispatch, talk to other officers and things like that. I'll have the CB radio on my shoulder, so then I can use that to communicate with those people I need to communicate with, which is ultimately the only reason I wanted it. But it would be nice to have everything labeled, and my control panel does not, which I just tapped a button I didn't mean to tap. So there is that. So I'm excited about that, but it's going to be 2 months before I get that in, which is sad. I look forward to getting it when it eventually does come in, but for now I'm just going to have to hope they don't steal my money.
Get ready to turn right.
Get ready to turn right. All right. Get ready to turn right. But I appreciate all of you guys. Oh my gosh, I should have slowed down more. I do appreciate all of you guys bearing with me through all of that. I know some people reaching out to me Discord asking me if I'm okay. Hopefully I'm feeling better. And honestly, at the time, I just could not. I couldn't talk. I couldn't you know, let everybody know. It just wasn't a good time to do so. So, because I wasn't sure. I was not sure. And we're still even now waiting for some results and stuff to come back to find out what exactly happened. But better now. I don't think there's a whole lot to worry about. Today I was actually able to go on a bike ride, which is something that if you guys have followed me for a while, you know that that's something I love to do. So I actually was able to, yesterday I got on my first bike ride, obviously a little slower than I used to be able to go. It'd been over a month since, well, it's been since before Brazil that I was able to go. So, you know, a month and a half really. Since my last ride. And so I was able to do that, and I was able to this morning go on another one. And then I had a friend that reached out, was like, hey, we're gonna go play spike ball, you wanna come play? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And rode my bike to the place where we were playing spike ball, and just had a blast. You know, and I was feeling good. I was feeling, you know, closer to my old self, you know, being able to do those things that I love to do. I just wasn't able to do it at the time. So, yeah, But I do hope that explains a lot of stuff. I don't know how in the world I'm going to do this. OMG. What does she have on? So I hope you guys kind of bear with me with all of that. I appreciate you guys being considerate and you know, trying to follow up and make sure I was doing okay. I do apologize for not getting back with you, but you know, there's not a whole lot that I could do at the time. I need to go ahead and downshift here. 4 is good. 4 is good. But as we are closing up here, there are a couple of things that I'm going to be doing. DOJ is a lot more because I do love DOJ. I've got to get back into that before I get kicked out. Luckily, I was on a leave of absence for the entire time. I did not forget to do that, thank goodness. So I can't get into like trouble or anything because I filled out the leave of absence form. But I need to get back into it so I don't forget half the stuff I learned to begin with. But getting back into DOJ, playing some more American Truck Simulator, playing some more games as well. That's pretty cool. Gonna try to play some different games, and I'm going to stream some different games, but obviously DOJ is going to be a big part of that because it's what I enjoy the most because I get to communicate with a lot of other people as well as you guys and so on. I did get promoted while I was gone as well, so I'm actually a Civ 2 now, which means I can start doing pursuits. Yeah. So that I'm very excited about. But yeah, a lot of exciting things going on. Another thing I might be bringing to the channel here soon, I did acquire a camper, a big fifth wheel camper from a relative, and it's going to take some work. So I'm actually going to be remodeling it and stuff, and it might be something I do on the channel just to have like some vlogs and stuff going. Because it'll be in my off time. It won't be for like work or anything. So, oh man. So I am considering doing that, or if nobody's interested in those kind of things, I'll just stick to gaming.
Is now finished.
Oh, I hope I've got enough room. I do. Oh my, that was, yeah. So the base game, I forgot to set it up to where I can just drop it off here. Let's see, where should I place it? Right there. Wow. Don't give me any room to actually maneuver around. I don't think this is gonna work. I'm gonna have to wait till like the last second to turn it hard. Hopefully it'll scrape against the white fence. I'll go ahead and shift into second so I'm not revving so high. I think I might be able to get that back in there. I don't know yet. We're gonna find out here shortly. Come on, baby. I don't think it's gonna work. Nope. Did not work. Did not have enough room. We'll try to straighten up the trailer and then back it up very slowly. See if I can keep the wheel straight. I guess I got to turn it a little bit because otherwise it's going to end up right where it was at before. Yeah, see that, wow, that trailer back there. Oh, and the rain is always the worst. Can't even flip and see. Alright, so yeah, that thing's jackknifing back there. Go ahead and try to turn the wheel over this way. Bring it up. Yeah, that's not even kind of close. Not even kind of close. First day back jitters. First day back jitters. I still can't believe I let we're halfway here by the time I realized my audio wasn't working. Truck audio, anyway. Come on. I might just have to skip it. Yeah, because that thing's jackknifing back there again. Oh well. Let's do it that way. I know I cheated. First day back. I'm going to have to take it. But guys, I do hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, wonderful weekend. Because I am actually recording this on a Saturday, so hope you guys. I'm just sending them to you. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys on Monday for live stream. This one will come out, and then I'll be doing a live stream later on this that evening. And then I also have some more videos that I posted or that I was streaming on before I left that I actually cut up into videos themselves, where it's just the action part, not the in between, things that go on. But again, do hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful rest of your week coming up on Monday. And I will see you guys in the next video.